Hi, hi, hi. Happy Sunday to you all. I am indubitably Sanice. I welcome you to the DB Bag Hub, where we have this special talk time set aside to talk about our love for Dooney and Burke, along with other things that we just really like and want to share. Um, oh, that's fine. That's fine. That is fine. Ivana, happy Sunday. Welcome, welcome. We are getting
I think
ready
I'm in.
for. Oh,
Can you hear
yes,
me?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Can you hear us or
I
me?
am in here. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I am so sorry for the technical difficulties.
That's fine. That's fine. We're gonna work it all out. Let me see if I
Okay.
can get this
Let me
set
try to
up.
get this set up. I'm gonna put myself and hang myself up here so I'm not holding my phone the entire time.
Yes, please make it comfortable.
Yes, for sure. Oh,
Get comfortable. I'm gonna let you go ahead and get that in right now. Get yourself situated. Um,
thank
what
you.
I what I want to do right now is something that I am very moved to do at this moment. And for those that believe in the power of prayer as I do, and I truly believe Miss P. Banks does as well,
Yes.
um, I definitely want to send a prayer up for one of our lovely supporters and YouTubers right now, Miss Mushroom and Grass. She's an avid supporter of everybody in the community that loves Dooney and Burke. I don't know the details of the matter. I do know she's currently hospitalized. And I ask that we just at this moment right now send a prayer to her for the healing of whatever is going on because we don't need to know the details. Just know that she needs a true healing right now and all of our support in that happening. So if you all would just touch and agree with me right now, I'm going to say a special prayer for her. And I dedicate this Sunday's episode to her as she's in recovery. So you all bow your heads and just pray with me. Lord, I thank you so much for your presence in all of our lives, Lord. No matter how we're connected to you, we are connected, Lord. And I just thank you and love you so much for your grace and your mercy in all of our lives, Lord, as we have been connected to each other through you, Lord. Right now, I say a special prayer to our sister that's involved in this community of handbags and just being a part of this YouTube experience, Lord. You know what's going on with her. And so I just pray for you to heal her, Lord, because you are a healer. And I strongly believe in that, Lord. I know that you have healed so many people. So I just pray that you give the doctors what they need in order to elicit that healing that she's in need of, Lord, in her recovery, in her rehabilitation, Lord. So just be present with her and her family as they shift this part of their life to adjust to what is happening, Lord. So I just pray for her, Lord, and hopefully she'll be back. In Jesus' name, I say this prayer, amen.
Amen.
All right, so I definitely wanted to do that. But today, we're going to
Yay.
continue and we're welcoming in Miss Phoebe Banks, Miss P Banks. Um,
Hello.
just so happy to have you here today. Thank you for
I'm
agreeing.
excited to be here.
Yes, thank you for agreeing to be here. Um, this is wow. When I tell you, for the longest, you were just a part of talking about your bags, and I just wanted to see them. Like you were very much a huge supporter, and still is a supporter of my channel. And I just wanted to see your bags. And then when you finally showed them, I said, "Look at here! She just over here just she gatekeeping her stuff."
Yeah,
But
it has been a journey.
yes, but I love the way that you collect your bags and you've definitely shown me that if you like a particular silhouette, there's nothing wrong in getting multiples. Nothing
Absolutely.
wrong. Because in my journey initially, I was just like, well, if I got this one silhouette, why should I have others? But I really, really like it. It's comfortable. It works for me. So, welcome, welcome again. And please, everyone, don't forget to like this video. Also, don't forget to set up your bell notifications and drop some comments, lovely comments, as well as questions for Miss P Banks today. Just so excited to have you here. So I think primarily, and I could be wrong, but the majority of the bags that you have happen to be Dooney and Burke. Do you recall your first bag that you purchased?
The first bag that I ever got, actually, it was a bag that my grandmother had bought for me when I was a young mom. And it
Okay.
was the pebble grain shoulder double pocket tote bag.
Okay.
And that bag
Hmm.
went with me everywhere. I mean, it held diapers, bottles, water, everything. And
Mm.
unfortunately, I don't have that bag anymore. I was burned out of my home when I was younger with my
Oh.
girls, so I don't have that bag anymore, and it was very hard to acquire it again. So I
Mm.
didn't actually start picking my collection back up until about 20, I want to say 2009.
Okay. Okay.
And I bought myself the Dylan uh, double pocket tote. And I was so excited to have that bag. I was like, it's very similar, not as
Mm-hmm.
big as the suitcase that I had, but I was excited to have that bag back again. So
Okay.
then it just kind of grew from there because I went through YouTube. I was like, I can't be the only person that likes handbags. Like I could sit and watch the videos. I would be stalking QVC and just watching any video about any handbag just for a show, just to get that thrill. Like I want to see who's got bags.
Mm.
And then I ran into, I think, the Pecan Tan Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
There was Dooney at a 615, handbag lovers. I mean, those ladies had at that time they had bags like
Mm-hmm.
for days, and I was like, oh, so I have an addiction and I'm not alone. Okay, let's go.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
But getting to this part and understanding my journey and understanding what I liked, that did take time.
Mm-hmm.
It was not an overnight thing. It was
Yeah.
very trial and error.
Mm.
um Finding buying bags that didn't work for me, and then finding the resale market was like that was a whole different game changer for me. But I was buying small bags when I'm truly still a even though I'm not a young mom anymore, but I am still a big bag girl. I like
Okay.
my big bags. um as you get older, your body changes, you have to carry more stuff with you, so I was like, I can't do a little bag. It's just not
Mm.
going to work for my life. Um, but as I started buying bags, and I was like, oh, I was buying them because everybody else was getting them. Like
Mm-hmm.
that was what was popular. So I was like, okay, well, if that's popular, then let me get that in my collection. But then I had to put myself on a stop and be like, okay, you're wasting money and time. Find out who you are in a bag. Find out what kind of bag is going to love you and you're going to love her. That's going to work
Mm-hmm.
with you, go to work with you, go to school with you, go pick up grandkids with you. Like, find the bag that really fits your personality. Find the
Mm-hmm.
colors that fit your personality. Are you scared of
Yes.
color? Do you like just dark colors? Like, what is your style? And it took some inner self reflection to get that, to understand that, and
Mm-hmm.
understand that I don't have to stay in dark colors, that I can venture into color, and I can venture into just different types of the leather. Because for a long time, I wouldn't touch a Florentine bag for nothing. You could pay me no amount of money to touch a Florentine bag. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. Because I
Uh-huh.
was scared of the scratches and how everybody talked about, oh, it can get damaged in the rain. I don't want a bag I got a baby. I need a
Mm-hmm.
bag that's going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So then I just decided, okay, let me find out. And then the first hobo bag I got was the Cooper. I
Okay.
stayed in that Cooper bag for like months. And then when
Wow.
it went on sale and I found I Love Dooney, it was a done deal. I think I was buying bags. I would say I think I had 12 bags in 1 month.
I thought I was
And I
bad.
just started buying more colors and more colors. Then I was like, okay, well, let me find another silhouette.
Mm-hmm.
And I did. I found one. So the dome satchel, this one,
Mm.
this style, it wasn't in this color, but it was in the sage that I have. And I had bag regret because I thought I didn't like it and I gave it away.
Oh.
Then I was like, no, I like that bag. And I went to Macy's, they had some, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy them. I'm gonna repurchase this bag. And then I found that I loved this silhouette. So now I
Hmm.
have 13 of, yes,
Wow.
I have
Wow.
13 of just this silhouette in itself.
Oh, wow. Now that's some serious business right there. I love that.
And I was
Wow.
just like, it really works. Like it works for not just, going to work. Because at the time I wore suits to work. So I was
Mm,
wearing suits.
yeah, yeah.
I was dressed up all the time, and this silhouette just did it. Like it just gave a statement piece to any outfit that I was in. So I was like, it worked for my life.
Mhm.
So
Mm.
and I loved it. Um, then I saw your page. This is so you. My whole the whole collection that I have of the Greta collection is on you. I sat and binged your Greta obsession with the navy and the Carrington and the small wallets, the book bags, the drawstrings. And I was like, why have I been scared of that pattern? Let me purchase it. And I purchased a small piece. Like I didn't get anything big that I would have bag regret.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I purchased one and I fell in love. Not only is the Greta collection stylish, it's very classic Dooney.
Mm,
Just
mhm.
it's just a really great collection. And
Mhm.
I went crazy in it too. I went crazy in it too. But yes, if I find a silhouette that I like that is going to function, then yes, I will buy multiple of that silhouette. But I'm a hobo, drawstring, and dome satchel girl.
Okay. I can definitely tell by the dome because you have made me rethink that particular silhouette of the dome because I'm not the one with the bumpers. I'm like, oh, I don't know. But with me saying that, that's just me looking on the site and trying to visualize it on me. But when I saw it on you, I said, well, goodness, and she has several different ones. I might have to really seriously to rethink that because I actually love the silhouette because it's a nice size dome satchel.
Hmm.
I think my first one, my retro, is in that silhouette. And I've been wanting a replica of that, but I just haven't been able to see it. And when I saw all of yours, especially when you rearranged, I was like, gosh, I might need to rethink that one. But I had to get some room before I could do that. But I truly
And
love
that's the
it.
thing that I've always wondered about when I watched a lot of you guys' videos. I was like, they have to have just as many bags as I do. I know. And my husband was like, you need to create something in that room and put them bags up because I had made a mistake and bought a dome satchel and the Greta one. Bought it 4 times by accident because I had them just in the closet in the bag. You can't
Yeah.
see what you have in
Yeah.
your collection if they're in the
Mhm.
bag and you're not visually looking at them and you're not going after them and reaching for them.
Yeah,
So
true.
that's when he
True.
was like, you need to create something where you can see them, shop them, carry them, and stop making the mistake of sending bags out because when I would have to box it up and send it back, I get it to him in the morning on his way out the door to work to trouble.
And he probably like, not again. What are you doing?
Yeah, I got that conversation. Yes, again.
And that is true. I don't have the best storage system right now that I would desire to have, and that's okay. I'm fine with it. But I have found myself making multiple purchases of the accessories. Now, this is something funny to me, but what I do is I go back through my videos to see what do I do. I have that bag? Did I do an unboxing? Did I showcase this? So that's the way that I'm able to figure it out. What I have for the most part. Um, I did realize when I was doing my re-inventory of everything, restuffing them and re-loving on them again, I was like, "Ooh, I did forget I had this." I was wondering if I did. So that's important to me in the future, near future, hopefully, if I'm blessed to have that is to just have a showcase room of nothing but my purses. That's what I want. I want it to be a huge, like a boutique of just Dooney and Burke bags. That's what I want. Because I do like to see them like, wow, because I look at the bags as art pieces. When you
They
look at the
are.
Greta and you see, and just looking at how you have the colors back there, I'm like, wow, I just love the Greta in the fuchsia and the seafoam. I don't even have anything in the seafoam, but just looking at that, and then if it has different designs, like looking at the Art Deco and the Plumes collection that's just recently dropped, it's just beautiful art pieces, and I want to see them.
That Plumes
I think,
collection is beautiful.
oh my
I'm
gosh,
waiting
I
on my
want
bag.
everything. Oh, you did get you did say you got something. Did you order
I
the,
did.
the
I got that brown drawstring, and I'm waiting for it
yes,
to come.
yes.
And I
Hopefully
was
it'll
like,
come
you know what?
soon.
I got a bonus at work. I'm gonna use my bonus, and I bought me a bag. Because there's like,
Yes.
to be honest with you, I can say in my collection, I can say I have 5 bags that I've actually bought at full price.
Mhm.
But
I
everything
think
else
I'm
has
the
been
same.
on discount. Like I am a hunter, and I when I do find something that I like that I know is gonna work for me, I will hunt.
Mhm. And I captured that by you as well. You and Dooney Girl, babe, what is Dooney Girl's last numbers? Yes, Dooney Girl 75. I thought that's what it was because I get her number mixed up with another person's. Y'all really do go on the hunt. And when I say she comes out with all these Florentine bags, she was a previous guest on the show, and all of her bags look like they just brand new. But she goes on the hunt, she finds them, and it's just like, but I go on the hunt too, and I don't find those bags. But I captured that through you as well.
Yeah. If
That
I
that's
find something that I like, I will first I'll go through YouTube and see who's done a review on it. And if only
yes,
one just did it, that's fine. I just need the name. And the trick of it is, to be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you how to do it. A lot of people don't know the names of the items.
yes.
They just know the general description.
Mhm.
And I do research at work, so that's my thing. So you go by, they call it a slim wallet, they call it a flat wallet, or
Mhm.
they'll just say wallet.
Yeah.
So then once I find a name, I'll go and put in Google in images. If you go into the images, it'll tell you everybody who has it and if it's
Mm.
on sale, if it's available. And I just click into each one of them until I get someone that says they have it, it's for sale, and this is how much. And if it's a good price or even a great price, I'm going after it.
Okay. Okay.
And then I will put in different groups that I'm in search of this wallet. Somebody just like that one that I got, the from Plato's Closet. She sent me a message at like 1 in the morning. I just happened to be up. She said this is
Mm.
available in Florida for this price, and I
Oh
looked at it and
wow.
I was like, it's $25. What? New? Click. I bought it.
Quickly.
And then I did the
Wow.
same thing on Poshmark. I went through Posh and I found that one, and it was just hoping that it came up. So I just searched. Now I just when I'm looking for that wallet, I just search wallets. And when I'm just sitting and scrolling, I'm bored, I'll just go through until I see it. Or the other way that I'll do it is I'll search just for that slim wallet that had just the one square ID window.
Mhm.
If they have that one, they're going to have the Tatum
Yeah.
because there's so much alike. And
Yeah.
that's how I found the other wallet. She had the slim wallet with the one window, but she also had the Tatum. So I went into her
Mm.
closet to see all of what she had available that she was selling. And she was selling that wallet. And I was like, I'll take it. Yeah, that's how I find everything.
And see the Tatum and the Alice wallets, the Alice, I just really want that, but it's on eBay, and that's the only place that I guess paid attention to that one. But I'm gonna have to take this because it is you just dropped some gems right there. I don't think I am that intentional in my search. Now I know that I did when I was looking for the chevron multi-color drawstring that I acquired. It was one that was exclusively on QVC some time ago. I don't even know how I came across it, but when I saw it, I was just like, I have to have it. And so I really was just digging all through eBay, and it just so happened that it was on there. But I didn't go to any other. I may have gone on Poshmark, but I didn't really know too many of the other resale sites to explore. But this tip that you just gave, it really helps a great deal. So there are some things on my list of things that I'm or items that I wish they would bring back, but they haven't just yet. They're probably on the resale, and I just have to really dig a little bit deeper.
Yeah, Google is gonna be your best friend. Like I said, if you go to if you type in exactly what you want in Google from Dooney and Bourke,
Hmm.
and then go to images, that image search is amazing. You'll find so much stuff you didn't even know that Dooney even made.
Mm.
There's
Oh
some
wow.
days I'll get bored and I'll just put in Dooney and Bourke and just put images. I find that I found a purse that I don't even know the name of it, but I saw it and it was $50, and I was like, I can clean it up. I'll take that project.
Wow.
I still don't even know the name of the bag. I found it on Poshmark for $50. I cleaned the inside of it out, and I've already carried it once,
Hmm.
and it's a great carry. I just got to figure out the name of the bag.
And
I
I
seen it in green, in the Kelly green. The Kelly green was
mm-hmm.
already sold. It was listed for 50 as well.
Because that looked like a bag that probably came out maybe mid 2000s, maybe I want to say 2009, 2010, or 2010. I can't call it, but it almost reminds me of the Charleston. Ivana,
Yeah,
have you ever
great
seen this?
condition.
If anybody in the chat has seen this one, we need to put out an APB and finding out what the name of it is.
Yeah, because I've been
Because I
searching.
know I've seen that particular silhouette. I just cannot recall the name of it. And it is a textured bag. So it's an
It is.
hmm.
Can you see it?
Yes, yes. So if anybody, she said she
Know the
believe it's
name of this
called
bag. We'd be so grateful for the information.
okay. My Pursuit of Happiness. Ivana just said I have it in white. I think it's called the Wave Shopper.
Thank
Yes.
you. Because this
Yes.
bag was,
She
I
said
was
she will
like,
check.
wait a minute, $50? Oh, yes.
Yes. And it's in pretty good condition. And you didn't have to do too much to it, right?
I didn't. So the only thing that was wrong with it, and actually was like there was like a scratch like right here. I got that scratch out, and there was
Mm.
just like some dust, and it even came with the this still attached.
Okay, okay. Oh yeah, that's a real
Yeah, so
nice
I
one.
just clean. I just cleaned it out and wiped it out with a baby wipe, and I mean it's like it's just dusty, like it was like some black fur or something.
It's the logo lock shopper that you have, Ivana. So this may not be that one, but we're still gonna look to see what the accurate name is for you. Because I know it
Yeah,
has
because
to
I
be
was
about
like,
your
oh,
size.
the Kelly green was so pretty. It
I know
had
it
this
was.
this I call it like a butterscotch color.
Hmm.
It's so pretty.
I know it had to have been. I like that. I like it. I like that size. I love the front design of it.
Yeah, the Kelly green had the same print and texture on it, and that's what I liked about it. I was like, ooh, that's got some texture to it. I like texture, and
Yeah.
then I like the fact that
Yes.
I was like, what?
And it just gives you that illusion that, and then look how it is, and it doesn't continue in the back. So it's a very unique
This
bag.
whole zipper, this pocket
That's
is
deep.
crazy. It goes all the way through. That's where my fingers are
Hmm.
down here.
So you could really put something in there real good, nice size. A
My
lot
husband
of
decided to stick a baby in there.
see, I thought about that, but no, 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 we're not gonna say. All right, we have an item number for it, so you may be able to look that up a little bit more. Um, yeah. So we're still gonna be on the pursuit of that.
What'd you say?
She has an item number for the bag.
Oh, wonderful.
So we definitely have that much for you. And I'm pretty sure we'll be able to find out the exact name of the bag. I know that
Listen, I'll do the rest of the research. That's all I needed.
Fuzz,
I'll find
I
out the
know
rest.
Fuzz. is listening in. She probably could have guided us some, but at least we got a huge head start
Yep.
on it. Simply D says Google Image is her best friend. All right, awesome. Because I had to dive into that a little bit more. I love all the colors. Y'all are making me want to step outside of my comfort zone and purchase a colorful. Please do.
Yeah,
Just do it
please.
one time. And then you're going to find you
Listen,
can't
color.
stop.
When you're going through a lot, I feel like we go through a lot as women.
Yes.
Between Gabriel, my daughter, and then I just found out that my other daughter's on the spectrum, and she's 32. And I'm just
Mm,
like, and working, being a wife, and then still finding out and cornering like, who am I, and what do I need? My self care. I need color. Color makes me happy.
yes. Yes. That's how I
And
feel.
you'll find that when you carry yellow, I find when I carry fuchsia or all them colors, even the white, like I feel so happy. I feel
Hmm.
good, and there's nothing wrong with color. It will feed your soul.
Yes, it does. It really does. And I've been
Yeah.
going through this kick right now. It started out with yellow, and I was going through it with mustard. I had to have everything mustard. And then it shifted back to Kelly Green. It was just like something about Kelly Green is just really popping. I go through it and I'm happy. I shared it with you. I go through my plum wine phase. I'm hoping they bring violet back again. Fuchsia, anything within my favorite colors, pink, orange, and purple. I have to have those, but I have gravitated towards the other colors. And like even when I went through my whole green bag collection, I didn't realize I had that many green bags.
I
So I
do too,
love
and I didn't
experimenting.
realize. Yeah, I didn't either.
It's fun. I have to have that because that's the way that I flow each day. It depends on what mood I'm in. And sometimes, well, a lot of the times the color will get me out of that mood. So if I'm
Mm-hmm.
in a funk, I put on something bright and I feel real good and
You feel
empowered.
good.
And then that's how I flow. And I love it. But let's go
Mm-hmm.
back. What did say this is called that bag is the logo lock shopper. There's currently a tan one on Poshmark right now. So that's the name of that particular bag.
Thank you.
She said she had to pull over the search. Thank you, sus. Please be safe.
I appreciate you, sis. You the best.
Hey, Yolanda. Hey, everybody that's been joining in thus far. We are so excited and elated that you are here. She also says that there is a black one too. Wait a minute. She said she got to go, but there's a black one on Poshmark as well. So if you all are interested in that particular silhouette, that Phoebe just showed, that logo lock shopper, you may want to snag that on up. And who knows? Dooney
Yeah,
might decide
especially
to
if it's
bring
at a
that on
good
back.
price. Snatch that bag
Yeah.
up. It's a great, like I said, it's a great carry. Even, and here's the surprise thing: Dooney has some really Mary Poppins style bags.
Mm.
That's a bag carry like a big girl bag.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that Olivia bag carries like a big girl bag. Yes, that bag it
Yes.
shocked me. I was like, this
Yeah.
bag is small. I was like, this can go in there. I was like, oh wait, I still got room right here. Wait, I got
Yes.
room right here.
Then you got a little bit right here at the bottom. Like,
And
wait a
then I got
minute.
outside pockets. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
sucker for some outside pockets. Yeah, that Olivia bag,
No, I
it'll
am
get you.
too. And what
I got four of them.
I think I like how you said bag regret. I did not get the side pocket hobo that you have multiples of as well, especially in behind you. I'm looking at it. I keep looking at it every time you come on. I see that and I'm just like, I can't see it. I need to put my finger over so I don't have to see that bag. I don't know why I didn't get that bag when it came out. I just don't know. I really love that bag, and it's just the convenience of it. I think it's because when it was showcased on QVC, it was all Florentine, and so I wasn't trying to get that in that. But seeing that it's in pebble grain, and I think it's another type of leather that has been out. Did it come in the Palomino? I
It
want to
did.
say,
That's what
yeah,
this is.
that's yes, the Palomino. And
This is
see,
the Palomino.
that is just my size type of bag. That is a beautiful hobo. And I need that in my collection. I truly do. I'm going to look for that. I love that bag. It is so
It is so
beautiful.
pretty. I was like,
So beautiful.
and then I found it on Posh. it was under, yeah, this one actually was under 100, brand new in the plastic still.
Wow. So this is
Yeah.
what I'm hoping right now. This is what I'm hoping. And I know it's probably, I think it's true, my thought process, because all of these wonderful new collections are coming out. You have people that like to rotate. So we're going to probably see an influx of bags that we've been waiting to see. People are probably going to go ahead and put those on the market so I can go ahead and acquire that. That's what I think. That's what I think. That's at least what I'm
And
hoping.
you
So if
know what?
y'all got,
The ones on QVC, they're pretty. And even for the ones that they have that are pepper green, I noticed I didn't like that the pockets wasn't this color. They're
mm,
all the color
no.
of the material, the Florentine and the
Yeah, yeah.
pebble. I like this
Mhm.
color pocket. I like the contrast of the breakup of color. So if you
Yes.
notice in my collection that a lot of the bags that I do collect have that bumper color
Mhm.
block
Mhm.
there because it's the closest thing to a color block that I'm gonna get. But I
Yeah.
like that breakup visually, aesthetically, it just looks pleasing to me.
And I've
So
never
that's
heard
how I started.
anyone just break that down the way you have. See, that's why I love us in this community because we all have a different take on what we like. And it's just like I never thought of it that way. I never viewed it in that way. That is pretty cool. That is pretty nice. I love that. I
And
love
these
that.
older ones, they have the pink. Some of them have the pink lining in them, like the original. I want to say
Uh-huh.
this one. And I was on a hunt for a forest bag color
Uh-huh.
because with my grandmother and my grandmother's sisters, they were Dooney and Burke like for life. They rode,
Mm.
yes, and it was all for them. And they used to sit around and I used to listen to them talk about what bag they saw in Dooney and Burke, the bag that they were get. Their collection was phenomenal. But I noticed, like to me, hunter green or forest green is synonymous in my memory for Dooney and Burke. So I feel
Mhm.
like if I
Yeah.
didn't have a green bag, I didn't feel
Mhm.
like I was repping Dooney the way I need to because he always had some kind of green suede, something
Yeah.
green in every collection that came out. So when I
Mhm.
found this one, I was like, I have to have a forest green that represents or brings back that memory for Dooney for me.
Okay. And I love how you just said they would gather amongst themselves. This is before social media. This is before YouTube. They had their
Yeah,
own little community within even their family to even be able to accept and support each other in this what we think is kind of odd and weird now, like because society has made it like, oh, you're just throwing away money and everything. That's not the case. So to hear that is very beautiful because that's one thing that we want in our community to be accepted for the things that we like, no matter what it
exactly.
is. But we are part of this handbag community, and I can admit that finally in life because I really thought that I was the only one, and we're not. It's a lot of us. We
There's
love
a
what we
lot.
love.
And the thing that I love about the community that there's support and there's room for growth and love for everyone. Because
Yes, it
everybody
is.
has a different style, a different take, a different meaning as to why they collect or why what Dooney means to them. Excuse me. Um, and not everybody collects multiple, you know, vendors like Louis Vuitton and all those.
Yeah.
I'm not a Louis girl. I've seen them. My grandmother and them had Louis. They didn't just have Dooney. They had Louis Vuitton too, but their
Mhm.
collection was predominantly Dooney and Burke. But to
Okay.
me, Dooney was their quality has just always been from day one, from my memory to touching a bag and having to go get my purse or my handbag or my pocketbook out of the living room. That quality, I've
Hmm.
been feeling that leather for life.
Yes.
I've been feeling that.
And I never even thought of it that way. Like, yeah, I've had my hand on a lot of different bags.
Hmm.
But hey, it was something that I did not know that I internalized until now. It's like, oh yeah, I did have my hand. Because when I think about like my mom telling me to go get her purse, that was an opportunity. Let me try it on. Let me see what it looked like, how
Exactly.
it feel. Is it
You
heavy?
know,
Because it looked heavy.
you gliding past the mirror with your mom's bag, like,
Yes.
I'm gonna wear this bag. I'll get this bag when mommy don't know.
Yes. I love it. I love it. We have a request that you show us that pink interior if you can. I think you
Oh,
said in
so let
that
me
particular
see.
bag. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So this one, I gotta
Oh
unstuff it.
yeah.
Don't forgive me, because
I
I
always
keep my
call it
bag
like a
fresh. I
I
gotta
always
stuff
say it's
that.
like a peppermint lining. That's what I call it, like a peppermint lining, the way it looks. I do have that in one of my older bags. I don't have it out here with me.
And the original of these bags had the leather key leash,
Yes,
but
yes.
that's the pink interior.
Uh-huh. Yep.
You see it? This is the
Wow.
original. The
Yes.
original ones have the leather key leash, that strip of leather,
Mhm.
and it loops in like there.
Yep.
And then the interior is that pink gingham.
Yep. Yep. I
So
love
yeah,
it. Love it. Turquoise says that's her favorite lining. And it was, I don't see that it lasted that long, but it could have been because I stayed in my bag for a number of years with that lining and it is dirty right now. I got to
yeah,
figure out how to
because like
clean
I said, this one came out with the Palomino. The Palomino is red, it has the red lining, and then
it.
they came
Uh-huh.
out with the nylon key leash in the inside.
Okay.
So this
Okay.
bag was actually, I think it came out in the early 2000s.
I think so.
So anything from the early 2000s now all have the red lining,
Mm-hmm.
and they changed that leather strip, which I don't know
Yeah.
why he would change the leather, because I
It's
know
just
you
a
got
little
leather
piece.
laying around.
Yeah, it's just a little piece, a little strip of leather.
A little strip of leather. I know you throwing away a bunch of leather. That's why I want him to make a patchwork bag.
But I believe somebody reflected on the fact that they were easily snapping off or what have you, and so they needed to put something a little bit stronger. So that's why they replaced it. I don't know
I think
what
the
people were
leather would
doing
be
with that.
stronger to cut off than the nylon.
I think people were probably abusing their bag for that to happen. Like, what were you putting a bowling ball to that thing? And I have noticed this. I was gonna wait. Your hair is pretty. You got it all
Oh,
cut
thank
and shaped
you.
up. So we got people watching you now. They say your hair is
Yeah,
pretty.
I just actually just went and got it cut more off yesterday because I was like, it's getting too long. So I just had it. I was like, just cut off some more. I just needed, just cut it off some more.
Oh, okay. Okay. Freckles Place says I care more about quality than brand. And that's very important. And if you watch a lot of other YouTubers who have a wide array of a collection of brands, a lot of them still either they had never discovered Dooney or they may have had it once. And then they compared that one time with all of those other brands, luxury brands, and Dooney still stands above those brands. And it's just
Qualities.
amazing to me.
Yeah.
It's
Like
amazing.
I've noticed that too, that people who have multiple brands, they always seem the tendency to have still more of Dooney than they do of the other brand.
Hmm.
Now, to me, Dooney is just his pricing makes more sense to me than the others. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? And even with them raising the prices on their bags, I've noticed like there's a difference in our hardware. We got 14 karat gold plated over, so that means that it's going to
Hmm.
last longer. You're not
Yes.
going to see those that years of where, you know how you've seen some where they've got that like that black scratch or whatever on them. If
Hmm.
you like look and you'll buy some old ones that have been somebody's been carried for a decade or more, and it was been their only bag, you'll see like it'll have like some black staining on it. He's provided us with better hardware. So with that price increase, yes, we're all still going to look for a deal and look for a sale. There's nothing wrong with that because I'm a sucker for a deal. But I understand the quality I'm gonna get.
Yes, very much, very much. And the name Didi, are you referencing the bag that was just shown with the pink lining? Is that the side pocket hobo? Is
Yes,
that
it's
the
a
way that it's called?
hobo as well.
Yes, the side pocket hobo.
Yes. And to be honest with you, I didn't discover this bag until late last year. I saw one of the
Really?
yes, I saw one of the ladies, and this is how my hunt happens, and this is how I end up with multiple bags. I was in a group, and somebody else had this jacquard one,
Yes.
and I gotta pop the tags on this because I haven't even carried it yet. So I'm gonna put this. No, let me put this back. We're gonna put them back. Put them back. So I found this jacquard one, brand spanking new, $150, and
Wow.
I was like, I bought the green one first and I carried it for the 1 week. And then I was like, nope, I took it into another week. And then I went on the hunt. I was like, double pocket hobo, put it in Google. And I went to everywhere that somebody had one for sale. If the price was right, I made an offer or I accepted what they had it for sale at and I purchased it. There's
Mm-hmm.
not one of these bags that I paid over 200 or over 150 at all. Neither one. And all of them I found brand new. People
You got
have
me
them
looking.
sitting. There's people who collect it. Um, there's what bag is it? Ooh, my gray. It's the Oscar Dome satchel. My husband, his wife passed away. He had a whole lot on Poshmark, and he just wanted them gone. I got a brand new Oscar Dome satchel for $50, brand new.
Wow.
So it's just a matter of being patient when you're looking and
Mm-hmm.
don't be too trigger happy. You can like
Yes.
something, and usually within 24 hours, somebody's going to send you an offer. If you kind of wait, they'll send an additional offer, and it'll go lower. Not
Yeah.
that you're trying to take anything from anybody, but it's about what your pocket can afford, what you're
Yes,
willing to
indeed.
pay, um, and then understanding: are you really going to carry that bag?
Mm-hmm.
Are you really going to apply it and carry it and not let and collect dust? That's why each one of my bags I only carry for 7 days, and then I move into another bag, and they all go in rotation throughout the year, and they all get touched.
Yes.
So it helps.
I love that.
And
I
I
love
sometimes I have to justify color to myself.
it.
I do, but I wanted Dooney make some yellow bags that woo.
They just are just woo, just make your heart just melt.
I can get carried away with some yellow with Dooney. The palomino, the mustard, the dandelion, this lemon. Let me show you this lemon. And you may have seen me post it.
Uh-huh. It's different because isn't that the smooth? Is that the smooth
Yes,
leather?
out of the Fairview collection.
Mm-hmm. It's different because my mom has a lemon pebble grain zip, and it's different. It is different, and depending on the material.
On the
But I love
material and the collection because
that. Yes.
the Claremont collection that he had, I have some of the Claremonts. So the Claremont is I noticed that the material goes, this way, side by side.
Mm-hmm.
This
Mm-hmm.
particular one from the Fairview, it looks like little dots that have been put together. I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about.
Not really at that point,
I
but
have to
I
do
know
like
what we.
a show up, but it's very,
Yeah.
very smooth and
Mm-hmm.
it did soften, but it
Okay.
still has its shape. So
And
when
you
I
could
say
tell even
Dooney,
the
it's all
bumpers
about
have
what
patinted as
what
well.
you like
Yeah. Yeah.
and what colors
Nice.
is going to look because not, the North South crossbody, that North
Yes.
South one.
Uh-huh.
I have a love hate relationship with that bag.
Nah. I can't rock with that one. It's too tall.
It is, and it don't fit your wallets the way you want them to. And
Mm-mm.
I just like, mm. I got it in nylon. I barely touch it.
Mm.
Barely touch it.
Well, if anybody is interested, because I had to sit here and Google, my screen was starting to do some things too. But you can find this particular the Dooney and Bourke pebble leather side pocket hobo. It is on QVC. If you
Yeah, there is still quite a few. There's one that's on, I think I want to say on Mercy. It's a Florentine one. It's white.
hmm,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah,
it's over two, but she has it. It's brand new, and I'm just like, but I couldn't justify
yeah,
the purchase and the color.
yeah, yeah.
I have to be
I,
able
I'm
to reason it with myself.
Yes, definitely, definitely. I'm going to look for that one because you have definitely intrigued. I don't think it's too many other YouTubers that have had multiples of that silhouette, but I tell you, just you probably need to just take that from behind you and lower it so I can't see.
Which one you want to
I
see?
love that bag. I love
Which
seeing
one?
that bag. The Palomino.
The Palomino? Yeah. Thank
Yes.
you.
Nicole
And
says
they
she
don't. I
loves.
don't know why they didn't bring those colors back. Like if you
I
notice,
just
you don't see that color anymore.
No, I just keep crossing my fingers because that is a real, I say from my knowledge, it's a real timeless old color. When I go back and I probably could go back through and
Very
find
much
my other
so. Yes.
catalogs, that is a color that was in there. So Nicole W says she loves your collection and your setup.
Thank you.
Now I have the signature side pocket hobo in the natural black and red. Okay, Yolanda, you got you a little. You got a collection. You definitely
Hmm.
have a collection.
I mean, to me,
Yes.
I'll be honest with you, that's the best. That was the best buy for 2023. For my
Mm,
2023 year, because I do a bag like, what was my best find for 2023? 2023, that was my best find. Was the
I
double
will.
pocket hobo.
I'll agree with you on that one because that's a rare find. A rare find. And the price point for which you acquired it, wonderful, spectacular. Um, Turquoise says that is the issue with me and Dooney. Dooney is the brand that will always go on sale, and that's what I had a question for those that are in the the world of purchasing from other brands. I don't pay attention. I just see when it comes out and when it's reviewed by you all. But do the other brands really have like serious sales like Dooney and Burke? Dooney and
I
Burke,
haven't seen any.
because these sales that keep popping up, the closer that we get to a major holiday or whatever, it's just, and I have found that this has been like this. I think during the pandemic, it just really, really happened. Prior to, I was watching for bags, and the most that you would see a sale is maybe 20, 30%. And then
Mm-hmm.
maybe that was when I was watching because I was looking for something at that moment. And then I'd fall out for some months. I would intentionally not look at the emails and I didn't want to be reminded. But whenever I did, it would be 20 to 30%. And I'm like, I need more than that. And then the pandemic hit and it was just like save up to 70, 80. Like, what are we doing? Okay, this is the time for me to build this collection on up the way that I always wanted it to be. So I just wonder, do the other brands do the same? We got some questions. Do you switch out often? You do have a particular time frame.
Every
Right now,
Monday.
you just now weekly. You say every Monday.
Every Monday.
Okay,
I
because I know I
don't
do.
know what it was about Monday. Yes, I do. I was working from home. I was permanent at the time. And being at home 24 hours a day, like my 8 hour days in my office working, and then it was being here, and especially during the pandemic, I was like, we're not going anywhere, we're not doing anything, and I am not gonna lie, my purchase jumped crazy while I was home because I needed something to do, something to fulfill. We were
Mhm.
in a like the pandemic was also a depression. It was mental, and I needed something that made me get up every day on a Monday because Monday you dread going to work. But I needed something that made me feel good to do every Monday, and then I would take that bag and put it in my office with me when I after I changed into it. So
Mhm.
that's how my moving Monday started, and I just kept it
Okay.
every Monday.
Okay. I like
Yeah,
how
and
you
now
said
I'm back in
that.
the office 2 days a week.
Okay. Hey, that was good then. I like how you said that the pandemic was a depression time because I would always say, and I still say this, getting those brown boxes, and at this point it could be Amazon as well. When you see that brown box on the porch, it's like Christmas every day, every time you get something. And it just, for me, and I know a lot of other people may not feel this way, but I enjoyed that time because I was able to truly reset a lot of things that either I was doing in business, deciding about what the next steps of my education would be, and getting to know my family even more, doing things with my family, creative things. I just enjoyed that time. I think that was the best thing that I could ever want in life. Now, I didn't like the part of people being sick and
Hmm.
death or anything like that. That was the absolute worst about it. But the time of just resetting, I took value in that. And so, hey, Dooney and Burke was just really in my life at that point. And even starting the YouTube channel, or I'll say posting, because once you get a Gmail, don't let them fool you. Once you acquire a Gmail account, you automatically have a YouTube account. So it'll say I've
Yep.
been on here for 14 years, and that's not the case. I've only been doing this for almost 4 years. But I definitely enjoy it. You had something else you wanted to say?
No, I was just gonna say no. I totally agree with you about the pandemic. I When it first hit, and you probably wouldn't believe this, even just talking to me, but I am somewhat of an introvert. So when we first got home, I loved it. I played jazz all day. I lit my candles. I threw food in the crock pot, opened a Dooney box, and I was living my best life. I didn't care about nothing. I was good.
Okay, me too.
And
Me too.
I fixed up my patio, and I used to take my wine, my Dooney, and my little speaker, and go sit on the patio, and I would eat my dinner and look at my bag. I still thought I was cute. And it, but I, because I didn't realize how much of myself I gave out. So when I got home, it was like it was just time to go to bed. That's Going to bed is not a time to reset. I needed to mental reset.
Yeah,
I needed a
decompress.
physical reset.
Mhm.
I just needed to reset and understand like where we are in this
Mhm.
stream of time, that I
Yep.
get to be, kind of let myself relax. But at the same time, I was like, my office was downstairs by my back door. I used to have my UPS guy, the FedEx guy, Charles the mailman. I used to have them bring it to the back because they knew I was home and I was at the
Uh-huh.
back door open. So they would bring my packages to me in my backyard, which I loved because my husband was like, another box? You got two boxes outside. You ain't seen those? I was like, nope, but I'm going to go get them. And the pandemic, I was fine. But I think after going into 2023, I was like, I'm done. I need
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. I kind of felt that way. I think I started working at a totally different place. I think that was I don't even remember because I ended up quitting that job. It was 21, and then I quit that job in 22. But I had enough. I had my feel. I was like, okay, I'm back in this now. I'm good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's different. I love watching. I think what also too got me through the pandemic is watching the purse videos and
Yeah.
finding Facebook groups, because you found other people that was just as involved with their collection and curating. And I took that knowledge from different people. Some people were just like, slow down, just don't buy what's, everybody else is buying, because that may not be what's for you. And then
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, then that's when I really had to take stock and just really understand it. Oh, you do like this type of bag. Oh, you do like this type of bag. And occasionally you like this bag. And
Mm-hmm.
they were like, when I discovered the Tammy and the Tammy tote, I don't know if anybody has a Tammy or a Tammy tote, but let me tell you, that bag, it
Yeah. Yeah.
bag, and this is the Tammy. No, this is Pammy. Pammy's the big sister. I
Mm-hmm.
know it's north, south, but listen, this bag right here, this pocket right here at the front, this whole setup, when I tell you this
Mm-hmm.
bag is deep and will carry the kitchen sink, the refrigerator, and the stove. Okay? This bag is bomb. I like this bag so much I bought four.
Okay. And that's one that I have yet to even venture into.
And I discovered it by accident. Like totally, yeah. I discovered the bag by accident. I was going to Macy's and they were getting rid of the last of what was in Dooney and Burke in the store because Dooney and Burke is no longer
Yeah.
in Macy's
Yeah.
here in Columbus. You can only buy them online. So
Mm-hmm.
they were getting rid of the last ones, and I was like, I just wanted to feel it. So I tried it on in the store. I was like, okay, you feeling me? I'm feeling you.
Come on home.
I put it back on the shelf. I was like, let me go home and let me see. Let me search for it. Put it in Google search.
And it pop right on up.
Dallas, new.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then I went crazy and I bought more. So if I find something that I like and it's gonna work, I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna see if I can find it secondhand. Because just because
Mm-hmm.
it's secondhand doesn't make it any less real.
No, it doesn't. Because a lot of times it's because people just don't want to return it, go through that process of returning it. So it's easier for me, especially if they've already been accustomed to reselling and so forth. Hey, they want to bless somebody else. I'll take it.
Exactly. No, absolutely. And I understand like going through the process of sending something back. I totally get that. But there are times where purchasing a bag, because you need to see it in person.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
need to just kind of feel it a little bit. Now I have done that. When if I know that if I don't like it that day, I will keep it in the plastic. I will keep it like completely wrapped up new. But I'm going to feel it and I'm going to look at it to see is it something that I really want. And if I really want it, then I'll do a video on it. I'll do what's in my bag on it, and I'll carry it and I'll keep it. If I'm not, I'm sending it back.
Now, let's talk about something you recently sent back because they sent you the wrong purchase and you automatically put it back in the box. And I was like, no, go ahead and show that one because that's the question that I had. That was the bag that I was questioning about purchasing on QVC. And you was just like, nope, this is the wrong bag. I'm sending it back. Did you really just send that back that quick?
I did. I soon as I was so let down because
Yeah.
I really was looking forward to that bag because I also was hoping it was gonna be the bag I wanted because I was hoping that the Jenny was gonna be as big as your Billmore bag,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not, but it's still a fantastic bag to keep and
Yeah.
carry. But if I really don't, it goes back literally same day. I will put it back in, close it up, tape it up, put the return on it, and it goes right back out the house. And my
I
husband's
just
like, it
knew.
just got here. It's going back
Yeah.
out. Same day. Yeah,
I
I
was
sent
like,
it back
did you
same
even
day.
look at what was in the bag? Did you look at the in the box and see you saw that it wasn't there and you was just like, nope, it's going back. I was like, no, that's the bag that I was looking at on QVC and nobody has talked about it. I just knew you were gonna look at it.
I'm so sorry. No, I was disappointed. And I was just like, I also was happy that I was doing the video on it too, because if I so much have had happened to have a problem, it was legitimate. Like everybody, here's the video. You watched me open the bag. It wasn't a switch out.
Yeah.
It wasn't any kind of trickery. It was literally I got the wrong bag, and I have been deep diving that Janie for 2 years.
Oh wow.
When I say that I'm patient and I really take my time before I actually purchase something, and if I make my mind up that I want it, then I go
Hmm.
after it. And then
Yeah.
if it comes home and it carries with me and it functions in my life very well, then I'm going
Hmm.
after and I want multiple. And I would say the dumb satchel is about the only one that I went bananas over. Well, that one and the Tasha, because I got three of them and I'm still trying to find that DB Black in Tasha. Yeah,
Ooh wee.
that Tasha drawstring is
Ooh
fire.
wee. It is,
Um,
and I think I only have two. My mom has the multi. When it came out, she said, "Oh, I want that bag," and I went ahead and got it for her. And I don't ask her, "Can I carry it?" because I don't think that she would get it back. So I intentionally make sure she can watch this. I intentionally make sure I do not ask to carry that bag
mhm.
because it is a beautiful bag. And then I thought it was gonna be crazy for me to get one and knowing she has it. But hopefully you'll find it. Hopefully they'll bring it back. But I just kind of felt like they were gonna be phasing out that DB collection um mainly because of the Art Deco coming in. That's just my thought. I don't have any proof of that, but you could just see with the fact that certain multi DBs are not really there. They may have one or two silhouettes right now, and we talking about we went from 20 silhouettes to just this. So
Hmm.
hopefully you'll find it, because I think it's a lot of people. It's in high demand, even with the some of the accessories. I want to say someone was looking for either the zip around wristlet or the slim wallet, because I know I have it in the slim wallet. But yeah, that's still a classic collection, and hopefully they'll restock and bring it back. But these new collections that they recently dropped, I don't see I don't see it happening. But hey, never know.
I don't either. So, and here's the thing, like reason why too, I went ahead and bought that the new plums drawstring. That's gonna be limited. I don't see it coming
Very.
back. I can
Oh
see it hitting
yeah.
the retail market, and somebody's gonna be like, they want $600 for a $300 bag, and I'm not doing that either. And I'm
No,
not
not
taking
at
away from
all.
anybody in their business. That's how you function. That's how you roll. If you got them dollars like that,
No, I'm
listen,
not
I
that
hope to be
desperate.
you one day. But but my pocket, I ball on a budget. I still, but if I can find new, and I just
Hmm.
always simply happen to come across, and then I also do find some that I am willing to get like pay them for the bag. Like if they're like, I'm listing this for 160 and it's still in great condition. I
Hmm.
just recently, and I still haven't even carried it yet. I just found a dream drawstring bag that I have been trying to find since it came out, and I didn't get it when it first came out, and I wish I had. But I just recently acquired this from a sister, another duty, in another group that I'm in, and this is the
Mm,
Tassiano collection. This is
mm.
their drawstring. I have been
That is
trying
so
to find this
beautiful.
bag for the longest, and I
And where did you
finally
find
found it.
it?
I got it in the Dooney BST group. There was
Okay.
a lady in there. She had it. She said she wasn't reaching for it. She said it had like one mark, and I don't even remember where it is. Oh, it's just right here, and it looks like the threading was trying to do something, and it didn't. I looked at it, and it's fine. But she was like, I said, how much are you willing to like? What are you looking at? And she was like, I 160. I said, done. Here's my email, because I was like,
160.
I've already been looking for this bag, and this bag was still in the market, the retail market, for like $400 and $500. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, no, I've been wanting the ecru color. This is the only one I have, and
What
this
does the
bag is
inside of that bag look like? Because I know I've seen some other YouTubers have it, and I was just like, man, that would have been a nice drawstring to have in my collection.
and when I tell you the strap, Dooney needs to do this strap right here
That's
again.
my fave. I love that type of strap. But the color, they've gone with that color and then the dark. But I like how they did the ends of it. That is not that comes with that drawstring.
This came with the drawstring, yeah. Exactly. That's my point. And I was like, can I get away with that with this?
Yes.
Can I get away with that with this?
Yes.
I think I can. I think I can. And that's why I tell people, in my do make your collection work for you. Don't worry about
Yes.
what everybody else is doing. Do what works for
Mhm.
you. That's why them
Mhm.
crossbody catch-alls, and I noticed that different people use different crossbody catch-alls. I ain't saying
Yes.
that mine is the one. Mine's work for me. Buy the one that works for you. Make your
Mhm.
collection feel good to you, because you're the one that
Very.
has to carry your items. It's you
Okay.
that knows what's in your bag and what fits for your life.
Mhm.
All I want to
Mhm.
do is you to just share it so I can celebrate you and cheer you on. That's what I like doing. Because to make a purchase and put your money, your time, and your equity and sweat into a Dooney and all of this accessories and what you need, listen, that is, we as women, this is therapy.
It is. It is.
This is retail therapy. So
Give
we
me a
need to
Dooney. I'm gonna
support
stay
each
calm.
other.
I'm gonna stay calm for a good minute. Give me a Dooney. You ain't gonna have no issues out of me.
She said,
at
"What?
all. I said, you bring me a Dooney, you're not gonna have any issues out of me. I'm calm.
Listen, I gave my best friend of 35 years. She ain't even my best friend. She's my sister. And we've been friends since we were 14 years old.
Mm,
And just because I was like, I was thinking about her and I was like, her favorite color is green. She has green everything. Her eyes are even green. And I was like, you know what? I bought I found the Dawson and that pistachio. I wrapped it
mm.
up and gave it to her. When I tell you her face, it was her first Dooney. Yeah.
Wow.
She carries Coach. And I was like, you need to get with Dooney. I had been telling her for long. She's like, no, I got Coach, I got Coach. And she only carried Coach leather. She didn't carry the CC. She
Yeah.
liked just like the leather. I was like, let me
Hmm.
get you Dooney. So I got her that bag. You know, she's still in that bag, and that was last year.
Girl, just get you another Dooney, get you a couple of more, add on, replace. But
I told
see,
her to
and
quit
that's the
playing. I said, you
thing.
like the bag, right? She's like, yeah, I'm still in it. I was like, I know.
Uh-huh. See there. Actions speak louder than words too.
Yes, it does. I was like,
Wow.
She said it was the outside pockets for her.
Mm.
Being able to just access and throw her keys and throw her cell phone in that outside pocket. I was like, yeah, I know your life. I know how you live.
Hmm.
So I know what you need.
Well, let me ask you this question. Um, are there any other brands that you have added to your collection at any point? Whether we'll not say bags, but just we'll say brands, whether it be accessories or anything like that that you've
I did
got.
add Patricia Nash, the catch-alls, and I did, and it's all the way across the road. But I bought that bucket bag that she has with the with the tassels on the front.
Hmm.
It was just art. I'm just gonna get up and get it because trying
Okay.
to explain
Okay.
it is not gonna be the same. So
Okay. Okay.
let me grab it because
All right.
I didn't pull it down, and you're gonna want to see it. Oh,
Shout out to everybody in the comment section or in the chat. We appreciate you all chatting it up with each other as well as dropping us some wonderful comments. And that is an art bag too. And I've looked at Patricia Nash. That look at that. How they
so this is
made.
the only bag that I bought that's Patricia Nash. I got it because the color in the paint it
Mm-hmm.
looks so pretty,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like,
Those
it was
tassels are long.
$60 on Posh. So I was
Oh
like,
wow.
and I thought I would carry it because let me tell you,
Yes, that's what I was looking at. They're long.
these
And you
tassels
love
are legit.
tassels. Oh
And then
wow.
the feet and just the solid leather and the
Shoe
feet on the
bucket.
bottom. It has a back pocket. I've carried it once,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a weekend bag. It's not a big bag. It's very small.
Yeah.
But this is the only one that I've bought. But as far as accessories go, I have a ton of the pouches that I was using as my tech case. I have a ton of those.
Okay.
That Patricia
Okay.
Nash pouch is amazing.
Mm. Someone says they want to shop online. They want to online shop with you because you get them. You it ain't a hit and miss for you. You are getting these deals. You are
Yeah,
finding these deals,
somebody
wonderful
asked me
deals.
to do that, and I said I would love to do that. I just got to figure out like how we connect it, and I probably have to do it in my office on my big computer, so that way I can have like be able to see the screen as I search. But yeah,
Hmm.
I am putting that together so that I can actually be able to do that and show you guys like exactly like how I get down. And but
Yes,
it takes a
yes,
lot of patience.
it does. It really does. And chances are, if you exercise that patience, you'll get what you need.
You
You will
will, because you
definitely
have
get
to
what you
lay and
need.
wait, and sometimes you can't be hesitant on that purchase either. Because I have
Yep.
noticed too that when I'm looking for something and you hit like, you got to remember there's 7 other people or 14 other people, 20 other
Yes.
people that's watching that same item. Now they
Hmm.
may have been on there watching that same item for a month. So then somebody new come along, they will give you a real good offer because at this point it's probably been sitting for so long they just want to get it moved. So
Mm-hmm.
you'll probably get the lowest new price that they're willing to let go at. Take it. Don't
Yeah,
wait.
yeah, yeah. Because this is not like shopping on I Love Dooney or Dooney.com where you could really kind of take your time. But if you notice, you really can't, especially when these sales drop. If I
Mm-hmm.
don't, I try to let you all know when these sales will end so that if you have been procrastinating, then
Mm-hmm.
you can go ahead and score it. It's a gamble because you might have
It is.
50% off here, and then the next week it'll be up to 70%. Like, man, if I had just waited. But then sometimes the price difference may be $5 or $10, but that makes a
Mm-hmm.
difference, to be able to buy something else. And so yeah, you definitely have to exercise a great deal of patience when you're in
And
this
you have to kind of
particular thing.
find Dooney's rhythm. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Because they'll
yes.
bring out a collection in a sellout. You want to see that collection for at least 10, 15 years. Like, I'm shocked that some of the older collections are coming back. But if they've been redone, they're not like the original pattern, like that side pocket
Mhm.
hobo. They didn't do that leather, that Tuscan
That
leather on the
line.
outside. The leather's
Yeah.
matching, the pockets are matching the leather versus the
Mhm.
trim. So
Yeah.
with the Tatiano, that came out and it didn't come back. I don't know if it's ever
Nope.
going to come back. So you just have to figure, like, when these new lines get introduced, they're not coming back. And then like I said, they'll be on the secondhand market for a higher price because it's
Mhm.
it's well sought after. So with
Yes.
that term lock, that's why I went ahead. I was like, you know what? It's still a sale. I'll take it. I've earned it. I'm buying that bag because I'm not. I know it's going to come back. It's not going to come back at all. Just like I believe the plume, it's not going to come back again.
No, I think it's gonna probably last just as long as the Western, just as long as the Pentacle and any other previous collections. From what
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed, you might get a year, you might get 2 years, because even with the Penta, what they did was they dropped a couple of silhouettes, maybe three, and then some accessories, and then it was gone. And then the
Yeah,
next summer they brought some other silhouettes, but this summer I don't believe we're gonna see the Penta. I don't know. I don't work at Dooney, but we may not see that because of these wonderful collection drops. But hey, I'm down for a surprise because they've surprised
yeah.
me with these latest collections.
Mm-hmm. But were you surprised? Because I know I wasn't. Everybody else in the comments, please let me know if you were surprised. That hydrangea back came back twice. We had it
Yes.
right in 2023, like early 2023, leaving
Mhm.
2022, and then it came back
Mhm.
in
With yeah,
23 in that
that
spring. And I
they
was like, wait, he brought it back? Because I didn't think he was going to bring
yep.
that back out again. So that's why I was like,
Mhm.
okay, that was a shocker. So the bag that I didn't buy in the original, I was like, I'm buying it this one because in Thanksgiving when I got that bag for 119,
Mm.
that Nelly tote and on I Love
Uh-huh.
Dooney, he did that Thanksgiving sale. I was like, I'm getting the two bags that I want because now I got a feeling it's not coming back, and he didn't bring it back this year.
Yeah, and I hesitated because I wanted the Tasha drawstring with the blue background, and I had everything to
Mm-hmm.
go with it, and I didn't get it. I was like, man, so if I catch it on the second hand, hopefully it won't break my pocket.
Yeah,
But
and like I said, just be patient. Find that secondhand person that is willing to come off of it, that don't just wanting to sell it, and
yeah,
who wants to sell it genuinely. Because even when I'll be honest with you, when I resell for what I paid. I'm not trying to make a profit.
okay,
I'm not trying to put
okay,
a dent in anybody's pocket. Because also too, I think about at one point I was a single mama for it. And I would have given anything to be able to carry a Dooney at the time that I was a mom with these young kids. And I'm like, you know what? I had to wait till I got done putting them through college and done getting remarried and being able to have my money free to do what I want with it instead of having to give it to some kids. But at the same time, I think about there's a mother out there that's dying to carry a Dooney. I'm gonna keep it low. I bought it on a budget. I'm gonna keep it at a budget. So hopefully there's somebody in this Dooney community that wants that bag. And I want her to feel special. And that's what I keep
yeah,
in the back of my mind.
yeah, and you pay it for it, and it'll come on back to you. It definitely will come back to you. Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
absolutely.
this has truly been an awesome conversation today, and I hope you all have some more questions. I'm trying to think. I might have one or two more questions in my mind, but I think we probably covered the majority. Um,
Oh, we
one
didn't
of
talk
the
about autism, and I gotta thank
yes,
you so much for giving that ATL Ventures site. I'm hoping it floods them with purchases because that site is amazing, and what Dooney is doing with them is absolutely fundamentally the best thing I have
yes,
seen. And anybody who's doing philanthropy and all of that, I
hmm
that's to me is the best, and because it hits home really hard.
yes, and I'm gonna put this in the chat as well. Ventures ATL. If
Oh
you
yeah,
all
because I
did
have to tell
not,
y'all this is the one that I'm moving into for to finish out the rest of my time. But
beautiful.
that autism, I appreciate and thank everybody too who did the shout out, who carried their blue bags. The one thing that I am so super happy is that my pursuit of happiness, she said this actually caused her to go into her closet and touch her blue bags that she hadn't been carrying. And I'm glad that introduced you to being able to back to your collection and putting that love back on your collection, but at the same time, that continued love and support and that awareness that's being brought to
Mm-hmm.
the autism community is so highly important. And one
Mm-hmm.
of the things that I worry about is that, as you know, dealing with Gabriel and his autism, he's a young black man, and I have to worry about him in this system, in this world right now, because they're not going
Yes.
to understand him. He's very articulate, and I've also seen and worked with someone else at my job who is autistic, and I think they're the best person in the world because their hearts are so big. Their
Mm.
minds are very, the way that they think on different levels. Some of them have really strong savant syndrome, as far as being able to specialize in something. Gabriel has a photogenic memory. Someone else at my job, he can code and read numbers like I've never seen. Yes, and they can function in life, but we
Very
have
much.
to give the awareness so that we can adjust ourselves to support them, help
Mm-hmm.
them through life, and be
Mm-hmm.
there and not put them down or make fun of, because it's
Mm-hmm.
just so important that they need to be able to feel somewhat, as we say, normal in our life. They need to
Yes.
feel that same normal.
Because what I like to think of it is we're the ones that's abnormal. They're the ones that's the new normal. And it's
Hmm.
plenty. I don't know what the statistics are, but I would think it's one in every family, whether
It's actually
they're
almost three in
diagnosed
every
or
family.
undiagnosed. Yes. Yes.
It's almost
So,
three in every family.
mm,
There's three in mine. So I have
okay.
Gabriel. I just found out that my second oldest daughter, she's 32. I just found out she's on the spectrum. And when we found out, and we just found out like a couple weeks ago,
Okay.
but it
Okay.
made sense to her personality and the things in her quirks that I didn't understand.
Mm,
And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And now it's helped us have a different relationship, and it's brought us closer because now I understand her.
mm-hmm.
And that
Mm-hmm.
also gave me the patience to deal with her when she's upset.
Yeah.
For me
Yeah.
not to get irritated because I don't understand something, I need to understand that this is the way her mind has been thinking all of this time. And that's the same thing with him, and he's 8. So I have to help him, him understand, but also too, I have to be not quick to take offense so that he will be able to understand where I'm coming from when I explain something to him. It's
Yes.
all about patience and love. And like I said, it's taught me to be a different person. It's taught me a patience that I didn't have when I was younger, and understanding somebody else's thought process and their abilities or their disability, and being able to help them be able to function in the world. Because there's going to come a time in life where we're not going to be here with them. That we
Yeah.
got to give them the tools to
Yes.
be able
Yes.
to function without us one day.
Yes. Very much. I agree with you entirely because one of the things, candidly speaking, one of the things that I'm currently dealing with is in my neck of the woods, it's hard to find one. Just because you're a teacher doesn't mean that you went into it with the passion and love and empathy of being a teacher and making a difference. Now everybody in that
Absolutely.
field has that heart, and that's been real hard for me to really come to terms with, knowing how I grew up and how I had my teachers. They truly cared about each and every child,
They
and they
did.
wanted to see each and every child succeed. Even how special education classes were set up, totally different. It was very
Totally
inclusive
different.
then, and as children we were taught to not discriminate against any of
Hmm.
those that were in a wheelchair or were deaf or blind. We just loved each other. And now, fast forwarding 30, 40 years later, for me, I'm not seeing that. I don't see the compassion out of the teachers. I see
I
more
agree.
frustration.
Hmm.
If a child is not in zombie mode, if a child isn't able to do exactly what you tell to them to do at that moment, it's a problem. I've had a teacher, and I don't care about being transparent, but I had a teacher in dealing with my nephew who called me one day. Now, this wasn't the first time I've gotten a call. I get a call probably almost every day at that time. And she says to me, my blood pressure is high and I'm tired. I was like, okay, well, you probably need to take a mental health day because this kid is going
Absolutely.
to be here. That's not my issue. Maybe you're in the wrong field,
Absolutely.
but that's not my issue.
Absolutely.
But what I did instead was I took him out of the school because I said, I don't need him around that type of environment. If this person can't genuinely just take the time to understand what's happening with this child, understand his triggers, and as well as identify where her triggers are,
Hmm.
then we need to end this quickly because that's not going to work. But my frustration is finding the right places. I have had so many different labels placed on my nephew. It's ridiculous. To the point right now I can laugh about it, but in the midst of that I'm like, okay, God, I got to figure something out because I'm not going to fail this child. Society may fail this child, but I'm not going to. And if I have to create the space, I will. And that's
Yeah.
something that I'm learning. We probably just have to create that space instead of looking for it to already exist. We have so many children, so many families that are impacted by this. And this isn't an awful thing. It's very
It's
beautiful. The
not.
mind is very intricate. There's a lot of places in our minds that we don't exercise and use. And these group of individuals do. So it looks
Hmm.
different than us.
It
But
is.
that's part of life. And I'm just trying to figure out how to really truly navigate this. But yeah, politics and education, and I'm gonna read your comment, Ola May. Welcome as well. It's really, really different in this. So I'm happy that there is Autism Awareness Month, as I just call it. And I'm also happy that Dooney and Bourke, I don't know if it was a personal experience or if the pitch was great. Whatever it was, it worked. And I have fallen in love even more with Dooney because they have gotten up or they are part of something that is impactful to a lot of people.
It really, really is. And it really it made me love Dooney all that much more. And a lot of people when we hear autism, we automatically think it's one kind, and it's not. Autism is
Mm-mm.
it's so broad.
Yes.
I know a young man that he doesn't even speak. You can't touch him. You can't do anything. It's a
Hmm.
sensory thing.
Yes.
And when I started my YouTube journey, um, I wanted to do one in March for Down syndrome because I also have a granddaughter who's 18. She has Down syndrome. And I was
Hmm.
like, I can't come out the gate and ask for that. I wanted to wait to test the waters because some people are sensitive and I didn't want to. But what I've noticed in this handbag community, especially being Dooney, y'all will support and love on each other and support each other's pages and encourage each other and
Hmm.
watch each other win. So, and I've seen some where there were like people who did breast cancer wellness. I was like, well, if they're doing
Hmm.
it, I
Hmm.
can ask for this and
Yes.
bring awareness. And at the same time, give you the opportunity to be able to find this website, to be able to buy a bag from them, to be able
Hmm.
to support that because you know where that money is going and they're
Hmm.
going to get jobs. And some of them I've read stories. on there where they've been able to not only just work there, because they also work for that company. They have
Mm-hmm.
pictures on the site that you see different
Yep.
autism people that are working there in the company, but they also help with housing. Like it gives them a future
Yes.
as
Yes.
adults. And that's just so important. And I love that
Mm-hmm.
Dooney has done this with them. And like you, I don't know what was the collaboration with the pitch or what it was that made Dooney say yes to this, but I am so ecstatic that they did
Yes.
because it
Yes.
gets it'll
Very
bring
much.
awareness to it.
Yes, and I hope that it's long lasting. As long as
Yes.
the brand is there, this it supports the business to stay there. And of course, it helps those individuals that have been diagnosed with autism to get that
Mm-hmm.
support because those life skills are very important. Because as you have stated, we the adults in their lives, we're not going to be here forever, but we want to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that they have the skills necessary and put them in places that are going to support what's happening with them without ostracizing them and putting them out there like something is wrong. Nothing is wrong with them. It's just that they think
Nothing.
differently. Um,
They really do.
yes, and so we could talk about that all day. I would love
Oh,
to
I
do.
know. I can't. I could. And even for your nephew, I know one of the programs we have here is Children's Hospital. Children's Hospital, they have the best in the country as far as being able to handle parents or children that are born with disabilities, with autism, Down syndrome. I mean, anything. And their programs, they will help families with everything, counseling, understanding,
Mm,
therapy, not just for the kid, but for the parent.
family. Yes,
Because
yes.
that's if you've been wanting a child for so long and then your child is born with autism, and then if that child can't speak or that child is mute, or if the child does develop, how do you get a whole family to support in the direction that you're wanting to go so that this child will be able to function? And I will say the
Hmm.
blessing for my family that worked was when we got the diagnosis, and it was me that actually saw it in him because we have 19 grandkids, 13 that
Oh
we see
wow.
on a regular basis.
Okay.
And with and also I'm the oldest child out of 46 grandkids. So knowing what development looks like,
Yes,
when he
yes.
started to kind of recess back into baby mode at 19 months, he wouldn't walk, he stopped talking. um, there was just something that disappeared in his eyes. And I went to my husband and I was like, there's something wrong there. He's stopped developing. He doesn't want to stand up. There's things that I'm seeing that is not right. I think he has autism. And everybody was like, no, he's fine. He's fine. I went to my daughter and she was like, no, not my baby. She didn't want to hear it. So as a mom, I had to sit back and I had to wait,
Yeah.
and but at the same time still start helping her without her knowing that I'm helping her with him fight this battle. And
Hmm.
how do I help him while she's trying to figure that part out and accept that there's something wrong. I'm grateful that she didn't wait till it was too late. It was like
Yes.
3 months later after I brought it to her,
Okay.
she sat down
Okay.
and she was like, Mom, I think you're right. She said, she said, I'm going to make an appointment. I said, I'll go with you. We went, we got the news that he was autistic. This was right before he turned 2 on September 11th. And we cried. And I told her, I said, whatever he needs, we're here. Whatever direction you want to go, we're going to follow you to help you bring this young boy up, this baby up. This is how we're going to do it. My husband was like, not my grandson. He's going to talk. I believe it. Listen, if it wasn't for my husband was like, he's going to talk. I promise. Gabriel is 8 years old, and this dude talks so much that some days we be like, Gabriel,
You just
time
be
out,
quiet.
time out, time out. Wait, give us a second. We gotta wait for it. But it was as a unit, as a family, that we went the direction that she wanted to go. Whatever she wanted to do, whatever the school said we had to do together, we all had to be on the same page to bring up this
Hmm.
one person with
Hmm.
all these different things that's in his mind. So he gravitated toward different parts of people that understood him the most. I saw that he liked something, and I'm like, okay, he's in there. I'm gonna play this, or I'm gonna do this to bring this out of him.
Mhm.
She saw that there was different things that she could do as a mom that she noticed, so she catered to that part. All of us catered to different parts of him to bring
Mm.
him, to get him to talk, to get him to be aware and not be mute. He still has moments where he wants a hug and be squeezed tight because he needs to calm down inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's these different programs that told us, like, you guys all really do have to be on the same page. And they, whatever they're doing at school, we have to do at home.
Mhm.
And that
Yep.
was the change that really clicked for us, is going
Mm.
through those programs in Children's Hospital and them sitting down and telling us, when we're teaching him in a school, whether it's, a school with the special needs, what they're doing, we have to do at home. So he can see that everybody in his life is on the same page and we only want the best for him and we're not trying to hurt him. And
Mhm.
once that took hold in him, it allowed this little boy to bloom, and in such a way that to this day, I'm so impressed with who he is,
Mm.
because he'll talk. He has these moments where he has been thinking about something, and he go, Gigi, um, why are y'all not living across town where we live? Why can't you move where we live? And I'm like, dude, I'm only 15 minutes away. He was like, yeah, but if you were closer, I can come to your house. I was like, you know what, you're right. So when he has those types of moments that he's thinking about something, no
Mhm.
matter how random it is, well, you just have to be able to be aware and talk to him just like we're talking to others.
Yes. Yeah.
So that helped.
Mm. I
So with your
enjoy you.
nephew, definitely, if you
Yeah.
have a children's hospital in your area, I would definitely reach out.
And that's something that I am learning, the resources. I'm in Mississippi, so certain things we don't have, but if they do exist, they're not known on a larger scale. And it's been my duty to, or my mission rather, to really find those resources, because I'm about to dig some more this week to find
It's so
additional
important.
things. Yes, it is. It is. But as I stated, I'm also in the ballpark of creating what I'm looking for, because it may just be missing. It may just be that no one has taken the time or even thought to even be on that level of
Exactly.
establishing such things. And so that's what I'm really working towards, because I am finding that more and more children are being diagnosed. And as you all know, I am a social worker. I conduct free developmental screenings for children from birth to 6 years old, where it is important to give them these screenings to see if they are meeting those developmental milestones.
Mm-hmm.
And with autism, you definitely need to see if it exists before the age of 3 in order for early interventions and so forth to be put in place.
Mm-hmm.
And here in my neck of the woods, if you all are traveling or in the Mississippi area, Jackson, Mississippi area, I'm actually holding a developmental screening day at the Children's Museum next Saturday. So it's a free event, and we have different vendors coming in. I want to be the person to bring everything together for a parent to say, you know what? I noticed that my child hasn't been talking. They, as you stated so eloquently, they were talking and then all of a sudden they stopped. We are talking to the teachers, we're talking to the pediatrician, and we have gotten nowhere. I don't know what to do. Well, my event will definitely screen them there. I'll hook them up with all different types of people that can work with
Yes.
their child. A speech
Mm-hmm.
pathologist will be present. A physical therapist will be present.
Yep.
Hopefully, I'll
Speech
get the
therapy.
chiropractor. A lot of people don't know that chiropractic services can be for a child under the age of 6. A lot of people don't know about that. I didn't know
Yeah.
about it, and I was told. I was like, that makes perfect sense, because
Yep.
a child can't tell you when they're in pain, but
Mm-hmm.
the professional will know what to do, what to look for, and to resolve those things. So I'll have that. I'll have a behavioral person there as well that can provide services not only for the child if they're having behavior issues, but also for the family, because it's not just that child that may have some issues. So I like to have these events that are like the one-stop shop for
Hmm.
parents to come and gather all of this information and
Yep.
leave out with the knowledge and the awareness, versus, you know what, I still didn't get what I needed. My kid had fun though, but I still don't have what I need. That's what I have been intentional about. And I'll share more about that as I continue to progress with my channel, because it's not just about Dooney and Bourke. I'm happy that they have this collab with Ventures ATL, but I would love to see even more, even more. So
Hmm.
just sharing, and I'm so happy that you shared your testimony, and to see once again the common theme here is we're not the only ones going through it. You're in a
We're not.
whole different area of the United States than I am, but you all went through it, and I think it's just so beautiful that as a family unit you were supportive of your daughter and making sure that as she was going through it, you were there to go through it with her as well, and the rest of the family. So I applaud you. If I do these awards, you got to get one too, because it's really important, especially with everything that's happening in our world today.
Yes,
It's a lot. It's a lot.
it is. And that's one of the most important things too is support. The support is so important because I think if we weren't able to find the programs that we needed, yes, he had the support and at home, but we still needed to be able to get him into speech therapy because I mean he speaks, but I don't know if you saw the video where he says thank you. Even when sometimes he's speaking, he still will lose track of where we're going with the conversation.
Hmm.
So his speech therapy is still taking on, and a lot of times they're going to need that. They're still going to need that part of therapy as they
Hmm.
get older. And when you say
Hmm.
the chiropractor, Gabriel, we take him to get his back popped, and he gets cracked because he said it relaxes him. So
Hmm. Hmm.
he is able to tell us what we need, but we gave him that space and that nourishment to be able to tell us. You have to think about
Yes.
all the other people who have families and their children aren't speaking, they can't tell them, and they're
Hmm.
just trying to figure it out. I even know friends of mine, um, she has 5 kids, and 3 of them have autism, and they're all on different spectrums. Yes,
Hmm.
it's so impactful, and it's happening more than you really know.
Yes.
It's everywhere in everybody.
Yes.
And that's why it's just really important for us to really bring awareness. You might even have an adult person in your family. Like I ended up doing, I didn't even know. I don't know how in the world I was able to catch it in my grandson, but I didn't catch it in my own child. Like
Yeah.
it's even for her being on the spectrum of where she's at, this was like, oh, I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring it out. And that's I don't want to figure it I don't want anybody else to go through that part of figuring out too late,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because I think the relationships that you have would have been better, or you could have made adjustments. And like I said, you still need to be able to give them what they need to be here to have a functioning life where they can. And if they're not, those parents need to be able to have that support financially to look for be having to hold an adult child and take care of an adult
Hmm.
for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
And a lot of
Yeah.
people don't think about that. You have
Hmm.
parents who constantly are no longer ever going to be empty nested because they have an autistic child that they have to
Yeah.
take care of for life. And you need
Yeah.
to put programs in places that when those parents are gone and that adult child is still here, who takes care of him? Who does he trust
Hmm.
besides his parents?
Hmm.
There's programs that need to be not just in our state, but they need to be in every state.
Very
There's
much.
programs that need to be established, created.
Hmm.
Um, just because one place have them, another place doesn't. Like you said, you don't have it there, you're going to create it. I wish it was something that we could bring awareness to across the United States or even in the world because it's happening everywhere. And some people don't
Yes.
have the doctors that know, hey, this is what's wrong with your child. I don't care if it's in India, Russia, wherever.
Hmm.
People
Hmm.
need to understand what this is and how
Hmm.
to love them, how to be able to get through as parents or grandparents who's
Hmm.
ever taking care of that person There needs to be programs in place for speech therapy, for finances, therapy for the family, therapy for the child, and physical therapy. And when I say physical therapy, everybody's thinking about just the chiropractic part. Some of them they're off balance.
Yes,
A lot of
yes.
them, their equilibrium is off. So they need to go through physical therapy to learn how to step. We had to do that with Gabriel. We had to teach him how to actually be able to walk. And he still
Hmm.
have moments where he's off key, but we have to calm him down to get
And
him
even the
back.
occupational therapist, that's something that my nephew had, an
Yeah,
occupational therapist. And I learned along the way, and it was just like I never would have thought, because I didn't even realize there was a difference between an OT and a PT. I just saw the initials and I'm like, but once I
I thought the
learned it
same.
was yeah. Once
But
I
it's
learned, I said, well, that's what I need to let parents know. These options are out there, especially when I'm screening a child and the parent said, well, he just bad. The teacher say he bad. Mm-mm. Let's not
no,
do
no,
that. Let's not do that. That's
mm-mm,
not the reason. That child is not bad. What's bad
no.
is you haven't taken the time to really understand what's going on with this child. And I really can't fault a parent for not knowing, because if you don't take your child to regular pediatric visits, if you don't really adhere to what's being suggested, that hey, you may want to get your child looked at or screened, then there's some issues there, and we must bridge this gap that's happening. And so
Yeah,
yeah, it's a lot going on, and I'm always excited with meeting parents that just dismissed it or just did not know, and educating them on what it is and what services are out there, because it is a lot of services. It may
hmm,
take you a minute to get some things, but it's a lot out there, and we just have to be willing to step out of the denial phase. That's part of it, because we all
it
have an
is.
idea as to what it is to be a mother, to have a healthy child. When we think about health, we think about the physical part, but your mental is
Yeah,
also important, and it's a part of your physical. And that's something that we have to change the narrative about in our communities as well. Mental health is your overall physical health too, so
it
make sure
absolutely
that
is.
it is together. Make sure you got that going. But yeah, I would love to extend to you, and I don't know how God is going to bring forth the dialogue or continue dialogue, but mental health month is next month, the month of May. And I really would love to shift some of the content towards recognizing that for the month of May. So if you would like, with your background as far as the experience, I would love to bring you back on and we can continue talking about just some of the things that you have been made aware of, especially going through this newest journey of dealing with your and I don't want to say dealing, but helping your adult child go through being her recent diagnosis. What do you
Yeah.
think
Oh,
about
I would love to. Yeah, because I this is something that needs to be talked about, and there's a lot of things that people think and they mistake autism, that it only happens to women who have children that are older.
that?
That's not true. My
Not at
daughter
all.
was my daughter was 19 and it was her only child, and he has autism.
Mm,
My oldest daughter, she was her first child. She had 19 and was born with Down syndrome. She actually has one of the rarest Down syndrome types in the world. She was
mm,
born with three extra chromosomes on every chromosome of her body, and she
mm.
was born dying. She was born with leukemia, and she
Okay.
went through a whole transplant. And mentally, for the whole family, that was very traumatic. It was a lot to deal with. So yes,
Mm.
when it comes to these causes for these two, and mental health awareness, because mental health doesn't just impact them having a disability, but that mental health attacks the family. So
Yes. Yes.
it needs to be discussed that not just the child, but the family, the mother, the father, the
Hmm.
siblings, even. It needs
Yep.
to be talked about. It needs to be made aware. Absolutely, I would love to.
Okay. We're definitely going to bring Miss P Banks back. I just call everything Phoebe, Phoebe Banks, Phoebe Corner, everything. Y'all make sure, if you haven't already done so, go and subscribe to her channel. Her dialogue and sharing about how she acquired her bags and just additional content that she has. I think you would really love to view all of that and support her channel. So make sure you all are doing that. I didn't want to take up too much more none of y'all time today because we could be on here too for another couple of hours. I know I
This
can,
is
and
great
I got a
conversation.
feeling that Phoebe can too.
Yeah, this is because this was really great. It was at first I was so very nervous, but it's been when I come on, I am who I am. This is who I am all the time. I don't know how to change or hide that, and I'm not that person.
Don't do it.
So this is who I am.
Yes, and that's what I want you to do is just feel comfortable. Anybody that has been on here previously, I think everybody was kind of nervous because I don't know if they didn't know how I was gonna come at it, but it's just a conversation. If we were just sitting in a restaurant, this is how it would flow.
Yeah, we
um,
just missed it. All we needed was a glass of wine.
yes, 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 yes.
Listen,
Maybe we could do that
listen. I
next
can sit
month.
on handbags for a minute, but yeah, I
Uh-huh.
would definitely love to come back. And anybody, if they have a request that they want me to do something or talk about something, I have no problem. I will help do anything. I somebody else asked me to help them find some Tatum wallets. They said they only had one in their collection, and then I was looking for one and found six. So yeah, I'll help you. I
Okay.
did
Oh
in a week.
wow.
In a week, I found six.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll
Uh-oh.
help you do anything. Yeah,
Well, now I have been ignited to see what's on my list and see what I'm gonna do. Cause yeah, I'm gonna figure that one out. Let me calm myself down. I got my birthday coming up, and I really haven't thought of what I want to purchase for my birthday. I don't know if I do or not, but I might decide to try to get some of the ones that's on my list of the old and golden bags that's not in circulation right now. Who knows? Um,
now I do
let's.
have a question for you before we do
Oh,
go.
okay, cool, cool.
So in your collection, you not only collect Dooney, correct? You collect other designers?
Not really.
Not
Dooney
really.
is like 98% of my collection.
So when you did venture off, what made you decide that you wanted to check out another brand?
Let's say my Kurt Geiger. I thought it was cute and colorful, and so I wanted to see if I would enjoy the feel of the bag, but I think it was more so the color combination. And then
Hmm.
when I got it, I was happy with it. But the rest of me was just like, girl, get on back over there to that Dooney. I don't know why you playing around. And even when I think about the collection that I have over the last, what, 5, 6 years, I think about 6, 7 years, I think about just the maturity level in my life as well as where I was going in my world, being out and having business meetings more and trying to look the part. Because I will carry a Nike backpack and a Nike tote and be happy with that. That's where I was, especially in the environment for which I used to work at, in a residential facility with a bunch of kids. So it was fine for me to carry that. But because I'm no longer in that type of environment, I am looking to be more in the corporate type of environment, the meetings that I am being involved in. I am the CEO of my business, and it's catered around mental health and children is one of my specialties. I want to be taken a little bit more serious, and the
Gotcha.
level of empowerment, like we talked about in the beginning, that our bags hold, it was like, you need to step it up. Let me get this tote, because one thing is for certain, I don't ever see a bag that I carry around anybody else outside maybe my mom, maybe a couple of aunts or so forth, but and maybe some people at church, but the specific bag and color, I don't really come in contact with a lot of people that have what I have in my collection,
I
and I
agree.
love that. I
I,
love it.
I I definitely agree. I agree with that. I don't see anybody else that will have the same type or colors that I have because I've noticed like everybody's style and collection is so vastly different. You
Mhm.
may have maybe one or two bags similar, but not exactly that bag, even if it's in a different
Mhm.
pattern.
Mhm.
So yeah, I will say that I do like the vastness of the variety of what you can see and sample. Because I
Mhm.
just recently purchased the Kingston Hobo, but it was only because I chased a lady down at work running across the room. She was about to get in the elevator, and I just wanted to see the Kingston Hobo in person before I
Uh-huh.
really pulled the trigger on it. And
Mhm.
after 5, 6 years. I'm just not getting 2 bags, and I just got those in February.
Oh wow. Oh wow. But that's
So
just usually
sometimes
how
it's
it
not.
is.
Yeah, I wait because I don't know if I'm gonna want or like the bag, so I need to see it.
Yeah.
But I also was curious, like, what makes everybody jump out of Dooney to something else?
Okay, let me get back to this comment before I address your question, Ola May. Your first comment, yes, times have definitely changed. The education system is much more about politics than ever and less about the children. I think this has affected the teachers and most of all the children. Only thing I'm going to say about that, you are absolutely right. It was the No Child Left Behind Act that jacked it all up.
Yep.
That's my opinion. I'm going to stick to it. It
Okay.
sounded good. It sounded good, but eventually it was not for the long haul. No, no.
Mm-mm.
And your question: would you ever add any Brahmin bags to your collection? When I tell you, now
Oh,
that oh, wait a minute now, you feel that
oh,
you must feel the same way I do because you probably seen something that you really liked, huh? Or did you do it?
listen. Every time I go into Macy's, I go over there and I've spent like 45 minutes holding a Brahmin bag trying to decide if I want to buy one. I
Uh-huh.
have been trying, I want to dip my toe in there because I don't know what it is about that brown croco, that shine on that and that color is just, mm, I want to, I do, but I'm scared. I'm not even gonna lie,
Mm.
I'm scared because I'm scared that if I fall in love with it, this is gonna happen.
Yeah, don't do
And
it.
I gotta stay married, y'all.
Don't
I
do
gotta stay
it.
married.
Yeah, you do. Because you can't be taking over too many rooms now.
Listen, listen, he already told me this is it. This is the only room I got. And I
Next, you're
gotta
going to be
share my
moving in
clothes.
there.
I mean, y'all, I gotta get dressed. Where am I gonna get dressed at the
Yeah,
basement?
you're going to have to be moving like this soon up in there. I
Mm-mm.
have I have thought about it. Oh, it was this beautiful purple. And it probably was like some of the colors that I have on today, different hues of purple. It was a beautiful silhouette. Then I've seen one that has more of the orange
Oh
color
my God, that
infused in
orange. Listen, Brahmin. I need a drink on that one because I'm
it.
scared. Because if I find out that I like that Brahmin that much and that quality is that deep, yeah,
I
I
think I
gotta
can
stay married.
control myself. I think I could possibly see two in my collection. However, I just don't know. I don't think I've researched enough to hear the testimonies about the quality of the bag. Um, but the brand has definitely been around for a while and I don't know. I
No,
just
I will say the only thing that makes me nervous too about the Brahmin is I have noticed, and that's the other thing that makes me slow down on things. I seen a bunch of people purchasing the Brahmin, like it went like out of the middle of nowhere. It's like a new fad. But I also seen those same people like sell off that same bag that they were just talking about carrying. And I'm like, okay, well, if it was that great of a bag, why is it gone so soon? Like,
yeah.
why is it not
Yeah.
staying in the forever collection?
Hmm.
What is the intention of buying the bag if you're not going to keep the bag? Because anything that I have in my collection is forever.
Hmm.
Like
But then,
I'm very intentional and I wait on certain purchases just because I know they're going to be here. But I don't
hmm,
want a bag that I'm going to purchase because of a fad and then sell it. That's just wrong to me, and I won't do that. Not even to
yeah,
myself,
yeah,
because that's wrong to your fellow duties. I mean, your fellow Brahmin sisters, handbag lovers. That's just wrong to them. But also, it's just wrong to yourself. Be good to yourself. Think about what you actually need in your collection. Yes, something can be so beautiful. But just because it's beautiful don't mean that you need it or should
true,
have it. Doesn't mean that it's going to love you and you're going to love it back. If you're
true. But
not going
what?
to love it, if you don't, I wouldn't do it. That's just me.
Yeah, but what
And
I
that's
have noticed about individuals, they may just like fashion, and fashion is seasonal, and even included in that are handbags. And so I know for me, after witnessing someone each season, when the seasons change, instead of saying, hey, we're going to, like what I do, I wash my clothes, I pack them up for the season, put them up in storage, and then we'll bring them back out when it's time. I've witnessed someone say, get all your clothes, we're going to the Goodwill, and I'm going to the mall to buy the latest of what's out. And they do this every season. And I'm like, but you don't have that type of money to be doing that. But I guess you do. I'm not in your pockets. But some people just like to have the latest at that moment. And when they're done, and this is hence why you may see some of like the luxury bags on the resale market, because hey, that was in at that time. And now, especially like say for instance, Pharrell Williams is with over at Louis Vuitton doing what he's doing and bringing these colorful speedies, because I never wanted a speedy until he brought the colorful ones out, and I'm like, oh, let me just get one. I don't have that type of money. But yeah, when you have people that just like fashion and it's just a seasonal thing, then you'll come across people that's just like, I just like it for the season, and then they get rid of it. They don't care about the quality, they don't care about the money, they don't care about anything. It's just it's cute right now. It's the it bag right now.
Yeah,
And
and
it
I
goes
and
on.
I don't I won't do that. But like even when I purchased my Windsor, I didn't purchase because everybody else was purchasing. I purchased it because at first I'm testing myself out for as prints. So when the
Hmm.
hydrangea came
Hmm.
out, I looked at it, I was like, I've seen all of Dooney's hydrangea seasons, like what they've had. To me,
Hmm.
this is the best one they've ever done. The
Hmm.
best. And
Hmm.
like you said, you do your seasonal. I bet you I carry that bag in the middle of winter, because if somebody can bring me a bouquet
Of
of flowers
course.
in the wintertime, I'm gonna carry my bag if that's the mood that I'm in. I will carry.
Exactly.
I carry my bags. I don't care what the season is. If that's the
Hmm.
mood that I'm in, or if that's the rotation that gets hit, that's what we're doing. And
Exactly. I
I
agree.
bought a bag, the Pirates uh MLB bag. I bought it in a dome satchel. I don't like
Okay.
baseball, but guess what about the bag? Because the bag got peas all over it, and I feel like Dooney made a specialized monogram bag for me. So I have it, and I put my P on there, and I carry the bag for my initials, not for baseball. It's
Yeah.
about being creative with your collection and what it means to
Hmm.
you. So
Hmm.
if that's what it means to you, then carry what it means to you. But jumping on bandwagons, that I don't think I can't do that.
I can't either. And I don't think that for me, and I could be wrong, but I think for me, in the way that Dooney is, it doesn't produce bags for just the bandwagon. It could, because right now I'm happy to see that so many millennials are loving the Art Deco collection.
Right?
I'm like, where are these people coming from? Because I'm loving to see their YouTube videos, and I'm just egging them on. I said, just go ahead and get the whole collection, because
Mm-hmm.
they're talking about how this reminds them of their childhood, and how um when the
90s graffiti.
particular, yeah, the late 90s, early 2000s, they couldn't get the
Mm-hmm.
bag, or maybe they even had the bag, and now it's like, oh, I'm paying attention to Dooney and Bourke right now. This was a huge, major move for Dooney and Bourke, allowing themselves to go back and recapture that. But yeah, you could say almost that they are wagoners, but I'm hoping that we as influencers and YouTubers can capture them and show them it's not just that Art Deco that
Yes.
you're attracted to. Just look at some of these other bags that you probably have never looked at, such as even the video review that I did of a lady from Germany, I believe it was, and how she talked about the Florentine satchel being an old lady bag. I respect her comment all day, every day. That was her perspective of that bag. However, that's not what Dooney and Bourke just solely has. They
It
have
sure
a
isn't.
whole eclectic collection of silhouettes and colors and different things, just like any other brand. But I, of course, think that Dooney's is a whole lot more special. And so I would hope that she will dive in and see what else is there. But hey, that's
You know
that's
the one
our
thing
opinion
too
on
that
it.
I absolutely love about Dooney and Bourke. If you think about Dooney and Bourke in its time and longevity that it's been around,
Hmm.
Dooney has always catered to every style of woman. Whether you were older, younger, just trying to
Mhm.
find your handbag style,
Mhm.
even if you're purchasing your first handbag ever, you knew you were getting, you're getting quality. But even
Mhm.
a bag that came out, let's just say back in 1982, is still relevant today. There was
All
a
weather
young
leather.
YouTuber who's got a drawstring bag that is like, I think came out in the 80s. But she pulled
Mhm.
that bag out and she's showing us what's in her bag and she's in her car. And I'm like, you go, girl, you rocking
Yes.
that bag. And you're
Yes.
young. And I love seeing the younger people carrying Dooney like that. Like they
Mhm.
know what they have. And that's the great
Mhm.
thing about it. Like, don't be scared. And yes, I will support them because on top of that, that keeps these companies in business. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
it's been here for a long time. And I love that
Mhm.
Dooney's opening the vault to us
Yeah.
and giving them
Yeah.
the opportunity to know the bags that we had.
Mhm. Yeah, I love that too. And so even with that, I'm hoping and still crossing. I feel like that's what they're leaning towards with this whole
Hmm.
50th year. That I think in my mind, I hope it's a really huge deal like it is to us. Like, wow, you all have been around for so long. And that's not to say that they are the longest, because I know that Coach has been around longer than them, and so forth, as some of the other major brands, but they are still here. So they are
Yeah.
to be taken serious with their longevity. And they have shown and proven. I mean, we don't even talk about like even some of the controversy that they once had. They still persevered and they're still here and they're still producing phenomenal work.
Yep.
And
And giving
that's
us the colors under every color under the in the world. I was like, they got a 64 box of crayons and went bananas, and I love it.
yes, yes, I love that. I love it.
Because I never even heard of the color Palomino until I remember looking in the 64 box of crayons. Hey, Dewey was
And
like,
there it
we're gonna
was.
open this crayon box and we're gonna make some colors. I love it.
Yes,
That's
I
the way
love
it
it.
should
Love
be.
it. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I think this is probably one of the longest. The time went by really fast, though, because we have been just
Oh,
having some
we
wonderful
got to.
conversation.
This was
And
a good
I love
time.
it. Yes, yes, yes. And I appreciate you all for stopping in and
Yes,
just
me too.
listening
Thank
to
you
us
so much.
and being supportive. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, because this was a lot of great insight and information, from just knowing how to go and do some secondhand shopping to talking about mental health and autism. If there's any questions that you all may have for Phoebe, don't forget to hit her up in her comment section on her channel. Or if you have any questions for me, definitely all of my stuff is in the description box and you can definitely send me that information. Phoebe, please do not log out. But I hope you all have a wonderful evening, Sunday evening, as well as week. And we will be back next Sunday with another special guest. I can't tell y'all who it is, but I think you're going to love it. All right. Y'all have a good one. Bye.
Bye, everybody.